I've actually experienced more glamour since I've been doing publicity for The Lovely Bones. Because when I went to the Oscars, I went straight back to New Zealand to shoot The Lovely Bones. So there wasn't really any time for gifting sweets or free bags or anything like that. I mean, it's fun. It's nice to get done up and walk the red carpet and do things like that. But it's just not natural. You know, it's not a natural thing to do for 20 photographers to be shouting your name and you to just stand there. And I find that always quite surreal. It's something that you, I think, can become more familiar with, but you can never fully accept that that's the way things are. It's strange. When I'm working on a film set, it doesn't feel strange or surreal at all, because I feel like this is something that I'm supposed to do. And I think the best way for me to deal with it was to just do my publicity during the day, and then when I'm finished at the end of the day, go back to my hotel room, lock the door, get room service, and just try and steel myself. That was the best way for me to deal with it, because it's a very, very tiring thing doing interview after interview. I remember one day we were in LA and I did over 30 TV interviews. That's 5 minutes each, and it takes an awful lot out of you, because you're not only worried about your answers and what you're saying and how articulate you are, but you have people coming in and fixing your hair and doing your makeup, and it's very busy and hectic. But I've accepted the fact that it's something that I have to do, and because I care about the movies that I make, I'm willing to share it with everyone and talk about it. I mean, I want to talk about it. It just takes it out of you sometimes, and only now people are starting to recognise me outside of Ireland, in the States and stuff, and that's weird. A huge help to me is the fact that I am Irish and I live in Ireland, and I'm able, when I finish a movie, to escape the Hollywood scene or that whole world. I'm able to go back home and be that person who I've always been, and I have a pretty good balance, so I think that helps. And my parents come with me wherever I go, and so they're always reminding me of who I am, and not to change. And I think once I've got that in my head, and I've got to keep that in my head, and I work with good people who don't feed you crap, basically, then I think I'll be okay. I find that when you meet everyday people in Ireland, we've always been storytellers and creative in some way. I mean, even if there's a 50-year-old man in a bar and he tells you that his sheep got out of the field the other day, there's this animation that they bring to their storytelling, and that's always been around. And you know, the Abbey actors as well. I think Maureen O'Hara was an Abbey actor, and when they went over, they certainly helped to bring something new to Hollywood. Over the years, through the generations, the people from this country have always worked hard and have always seemed to want to get the best result. I found that with Irish people that I've worked with, and I try to do that myself. So maybe that's one of the things that's quite appealing about working with our people. I know it's not a very serious movie, but I just love School of Rock. It's a very, very, very funny movie, and I was watching it last night again. But I love My Left Foot. I think that's a fantastic film. I just think Jim, everything that he does seems to be brilliant. I'd love to work with Jim. If he's watching this, I'd love to work with Jim. when it comes to filmmaking and the talent that he's drawn in. It's fantastic. And we've got some really quality filmmakers out there. And so I've got that in my head as well. But I would love to make a film in Ireland. I made a film a couple of years ago in Belfast, and that was wonderful because the crews that they have up there, and I've worked with crews down here as well, and they're so good at what they do. They're very professional, but they don't take things too seriously, like the Irish people themselves. And I just feel very at home there and very comfortable. So it would be lovely to do that again. I want to direct, and I want to hopefully write scripts as well when I get a little bit older. So I'd always be involved in filmmaking in some way if I could. It's definitely what I'm interested in and what I want to do. And acting is something that I just get more and more passionate about the longer I do it. So if it keeps going that way, then yeah, hopefully I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm starting to watch older movies like with Maureen O'Hara. I think she's amazing, and she's it's interesting because she's everything that you would look for in an old Hollywood star. She's beautiful, she's got charm, she's a great actress, but she still holds on to this strong Irishness that she always seems to have. I mean, I think my dad said that he met her years ago, and she hadn't lived in Ireland for a very long time, but she still had a very strong Irish accent, and so that's great. It's great to be aware of people like that. The great chemistry that Maureen O'Hara and John Wayne had on screen. It was when he was dragging her through all the fields and all the locals were coming out and they were following them. I mean, I hadn't even watched the whole movie, and didn't even really know what the story was. But I was just completely glued to the screen because I don't know, it was very comical, very funny. But I did love the chemistry that both of them had on screen, and you can see that they were comfortable with each other in real life. I found that the Irish actors, but mostly actresses that have made it in Hollywood, are quite strong and very, very good at what they do. And so to follow in their footsteps, although it's a big thing to take on, I feel for me and people like Sarah Bulger and Emma Bulger, it's an honour really, because they're all very, very good actors, Irish American and just Irish actresses. And I feel proud to be a part of that group in some way, and to be recognised as an Irish actress who is working in Hollywood. So yeah, so I'm happy about it, and I'm very proud to call myself that.